My soul made a choice to be here now. And my journey has been deep, crazy. But where do I want my journey to lead me to now? Like I said in my last video, I love snowboarding. I love being outside. I love living in a van. But I'm not doing that now. And I just went to a yoga meditation class, and honestly, I paid $20 for something that I could have stayed at home and just click on YouTube. I've actually used better YouTubers. I've been to get better yoga classes on YouTube. That's what I'm trying to get at. But the space is what I'm paying for. And I love the space. The space is like this beautiful big shed and all these little ornaments and stuff. But the ornaments were actually advertising India. So there was a part of me that went, the yoga is probably better in India. There are many things that stand out. And I do know that there's a flow of life. Everything that I get to experience, I experience because another human is choosing their life path to live that way. Like, I owned a sushi and juice bar. At that time, I wasn't traveling. I was in one space, creating sushi and juice for a town who loved it. I loved it too. I was learning something. Everyone else gets to experience that, something that I was bringing. And that little ecosystem just kept going. This room that I'm in, it's this little study room at the library. Kind of feels like I'm in jail again. Yep, been in jail. Not as long as many other humans. I know there are some who have been there for a long time. My journey took me there for about 10 or 12 days. The longest period was 7 in a row. But the biggest thing that I realized while I was in there, I noticed the decor. The decor, the sink, the toilet, was exactly the same as some of the public toilets and bathrooms in the community. Now, there's a part of me that starts questioning. It's all run by the same business, right? Been a business owner before. The more things that I buy in bulk, the cheaper things are in the long run. However, then there's another part of me that kind of goes, well, if you've got angry people in a space who happen to sometimes be out in the community and they smash things, maybe what they do use in jail is better. But who created it? Where did it come from? And why does my little human mind happen to care? It doesn't. But I'm listening to feelings and I'm listening to where I'm being guided to. And I find that when I am speaking about the blocks that are on my heart, it happens to be about my journey, my life. Where have I been? I keep thinking from the past rather than creating visions of the future. Where do I want to go? There's a part of me that just wants to be in a van that I would have if all my staff didn't walk out on me due to my spiritual awakening and connecting to source consciousness and becoming a newer version of me. I'm blessed that they did that. Because other than the money, I actually don't really miss working there. I get to have more free time now. I get to do what I want. I'm not confined to the four corners of this business that was mine. I'm free. I'm outside. I can do what I like. I can recreate things as I like. But then there's a part of me that goes, but what am I creating? Where do I want to be? What do I want to see? What is that visualization for the future? I'm very good at going with the ebbs and flows of, oh, this is loss. This is good. Let's go away. Let's come back. It's like, great analogy. Things come, things go. I mean, if I was a deciduous tree, I wouldn't freak out because it's autumn and all of a sudden my leaves are falling out and I'm like holding on to them going, no, I want to be like the other tree. I don't want to be like this one. But I am this tree. And things change. I change. I grow. And through all of my experiences of what I have lived, it allows me to know that there are things in this world that I don't agree with. However, they don't make them go away just because I'm angry at them or that I disapprove. I mean, if your neighbour down the street is a dick, just because you don't like them and you think they're a dick doesn't make them not a dick. They're still a dick. But I can make the choice to no longer talk to them. I can make the choice to walk in the opposite direction. It angered me so much during COVID to be in Australia, to own a shop in Australia, in Victoria, during one of the most locked down states in the world, with the most intense, ridiculous rules. I think New South Wales is the funniest. COVID will only get you if you're drinking vertically. You must sit down to drink alcohol. That's safe. COVID will only get you after 9 p.m. or if you're 5 kilometres away from your house. Oh yeah, because the curfew saves people. How about exercise, mindfulness, throw in some yoga if you want? Well, maybe there was more of that happening at home, but just in general, like I was such an active person, hiking, snowboarding, being out and about. Living for me. Now, I didn't get sick during that time. However, I did happen to notice that a lot of the times that people got sick was like it was clockwork. Something else was at play. I look at the vibrational energy through me and it has changed dramatically since COVID. I've gone on a spiritual awakening. My light language has opened up. I am this newer version of me. Yet there's a part of me that still doesn't feel solidified. But then I feel comfortable within myself of knowing that I am going from a human being to an advanced human being. I'm still an infant. I'm still learning. And I acknowledge within me that through this learning capabilities, when I don't have those teachers around me to teach me and it's just myself, how do I know what I'm searching for? How do I know it exists until it comes knocking on my door? I'm currently at a library surrounded by lots of books, and I remember when I was at school, the teachers taught me, my parents taught me, I would ask questions. I still ask questions. But the biggest answer that pisses me off the most is it's just the way that it is. rules and regulations to say who someone else is not just the way it is. I'm looking down on this camera right now, and it makes me feel that I'm looking down on you. Just how I'm sure someone else at the top is doing. But I have a deeper question. Who's the boss of the one at the top? Surely Trump isn't at the top. He's got a boss. Biden has to have a boss. He's a freaking puppet. When I owned my business, the construct of who was my boss was the tax department. Now, I love the roads. I love the infrastructure I have. I'm in a library. This is run by the people, for the people. Everything that I see outside is created by the people. Then there's a part of me that goes back to the asshole neighbor and goes, hang on. Not everything in this world is sugar-coated and nice. There are assholes in this world. So then I look at the police system and I look at the medical system, and I don't agree with it. Like, I've been put in a mental health ward because I went to the local swimming pool naked, and they called the police, and I was told that I had psychosis, or I was labelled that I had psychosis. Within myself, I knew that I was connected to source. However, being in spaces that I don't like to be allow me to then ask for help to be free. Every word that is spoken is a vibration, a vibrational energy to lift us up out of the mud to get out. If I'm stuck in the mud and I can see a hole at the top, I'm going to scream and scream for help until someone lifts down a rope. If I'm stuck in quicksand, I'm not going to be able to get out by myself. The more I move and squirm and say, I don't want to be here, it's going to bring me back down. I look at emotions in the same way. Anger is such a powerful, powerful emotion of change. However, it can be depleting too. It can bring you down, keep you stuck in shame and guilt and anger. Or I can acknowledge what I'm angry about and go, I don't want to be angry anymore. Let's fucking change it. Now I can accept the world for how it is. Just like a cactus. I love cacti. Just because I love them doesn't mean I'm going to hug them. A snake still has poison. So does a spider. A cougar will eat you. A bear has dangerous claws. Lions and tigers exist. Jump in the water, you've got saltwater crocodiles, you've got stingrays with barbs. You've got fish that look friendly and then you touch them and now you've got prickles in your finger. Everything in life exists. But we learn what's dangerous. We go the other way. I've met a lot of police officers recently. And honestly, if I'm having a birthday party, none of them are invited. Because none of them actually truly cared enough to sit down and say, Kylie, what's wrong? Why are you here today? When another human being cares for another human being, we ask why. Why are you here? What brought you here today? My court case kept getting adjourned. I've got 16 different charges up against my name in Australia. One of them is evading police. I slowed down to 40 kilometres, put my arm out the window and advised the police officer to go past. Heck, there was no emergency. I was going 40. But because I didn't stop, apparently now I've broken the law. Now I know the police are quite dangerous. They've got an armed weapon. I'm lucky that they didn't shoot me. I'd actually had a gun up to my face. There's a little gun, let's put that there. By a police officer before, 1 year before that actually. I didn't want to stop. I also wanted to know what does happen if you don't stop. Turns out they just charge you, make you into a criminal, say you have done the wrong thing. So now when you get pulled up or someone drives behind you checking out your registration plates, they've already created a vision of who you are. Heck, they've probably already stalked your Facebook. You know all those memes that we send out? It's character building. Either like you or I don't. Our inner feelings and emotions don't lie, and recently I discovered that I'm an empath and I feel others' emotions. So when I got arrested, I matched the energy of the police officer. And just like the dick neighbour, I became a dick. However, I stood up for myself. And it wasn't until I was grabbed that then I had this wave of like power and energy just flow through me. I actually lost control. I shat myself in the process. Now I was kept in my shit-covered pants overnight while they threw me into the back of the cells. I was dragged up the corridor by these humans, these people. Now I don't care how someone is acting. We never have the right to use our authority against someone else and now be a little keyboard warrior and now say, oh, we're making it right. There was a time and a place there where I was angry. And it may come back. However, right now, I'm choosing to walk the other way and be the bigger person. There's currently a warrant out for my arrest in Australia. And I'm choosing to ignore it. For how do I know how serious the law is without having opened the door? And I've heard many, many stories of someone being like, oh, my friend was a police officer and they got me out, or I'm friends with the judge and my dad's that, and blah, 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 and got me out. Well, what happens when you don't have those connections? There's a part of my old journey that I'm curious about. Why? Why was I led down this sovereign citizen path? Recently, my ex-partner was driving my van and he got pulled over by the police, and he was actually told by the police officers that the owner of the vehicle is a soft civ. So we Googled it. What's a sovereign citizen? Still don't really know. I know it wasn't that much fun. Heck, I have more fun on the mountain while I'm snowboarding or hiking or skydiving. Skydiving's fun. But I know I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it right now. And there's these little bits of like emotions within me of kind of going, well, when you start doing something, doesn't life get more fun? So you know what? Life has taken me on a journey. And I use that word a lot because that's apparently what life is. A journey of self-discovery. And every bad little phase that I have is just the hurdle that I need to get to the next part, where it's more fun. So everyone can label me whatever they want. They can say whatever they want, including the government, the police, the medical industry. I know my perspectives have changed. However, I do know that I'm bold enough to keep talking about it. And I'll keep calling the police wherever I need to get more information of what I can do to continue following the law when the supposed law around me seems to be broken. What a journey. I choose to no longer repeat too many words. I choose to see my path as bold and brave. And I choose to see myself in that way. And wherever life is leading me through my feelings of knowing where I don't belong, I know it's bringing me home. Of where I have so longed to be, and I didn't even know that I was searching. I always thought I was home. New beginnings. Beginnings only start when something ends. Love and light, wild ones. Love and fucking light.